Good morning, Horn Lake. We are here with Miss Gentry for another Choose a Career segment, and today we're going to be talking about nursing. She is with Northwest Community College. Tell us a little bit about the career of nursing. Obviously, lots of students know about nursing, but tell them how they might go about getting into the field.
Okay, so Northwest is a 2-year program. We are an associate degree of nursing program. You would make application to Northwest. You would complete prerequisites of college algebra and A&P 1 and the lab, and then you would make application to our program.
All right. Now, tell us some of the benefits of being in the nursing field.
Well, first and foremost, the benefit of nursing for me personally would be providing a ministry of caring and compassion to others. I like to say that I train up the nurses that come through our program in the way they should go, and so they can go out and be lights on a hill for others, ministering to their healthcare needs. So that's kind of how I perceive it. Some other people might say that it is a financially rewarding career, which it is, but the work is hard. The work
Absolutely.
is hard, but the work is good, and it's very beneficial, and your ripple effect is profound when you do a good job as a registered nurse.
All right, so you said it's a 2-year program. Walk us through how it works, like from start to finish.
Start to finish. You would make application at Northwest Mississippi Community College. You would complete those courses I spoke of, so A&P 1, the lab, and college algebra. And then you would make application to our program. You would take a TEAS test. Once you've taken that test, completed application, we look at a 2.5 GPA and an ACT minimum. Currently, it's a 19. We may be taking that down a point, to be decided on that within the next year or two, but 19 currently on your composite. And then it's competitive admission. We go by points, and the more points you have, of course, by adding your A&P, college algebra, A&P lab courses together, 2.5 minimum, so that 2.5 would convert to 25, 3.0, 30, 4.0, 40, so on and so forth. And then your your ACT score, so we add your composite with your science subscore. So if you had a 20 composite, a 21 science subscore, that would be 41 points. Added to your 4.0 GPA, 81 points, very competitive.
So you do not look anything like the traditional path at Northwest as far as beginner courses go with English and that sort of thing.
You do have to have Comp 1 and Comp 2 to graduate from our program, but a lot of students take those while they're in our program or during summer term, because we don't go through summer term. We're primarily fall and spring.
Okay, interesting. So you take a number of base courses and then you start to go into nursing directly pretty heavily, I'm assuming.
Correct, exactly. So human growth and development, we require A&P 1 and A&P 2. I said that. Comp 1 and Comp 2. General psychology, public speaking, and then a fine arts, music appreciation, art appreciation, or a foreign language, something along those lines.
Okay, financially, what can students do to get some help?
Oh, lots of scholarships available based on ACT, and then we have, of course, grants available, Pell Grants, things like that. Don't forget to fill out your FAFSA. I know you get tired of hearing that, but it is so true. You aren't eligible for anything until you complete a FAFSA. And then we have, once you get in the program, we have 29 scholarships designated for RN students, so they can apply for those as well. So lots of routes to get there and lots of financial help. We also were a recipient, Northwest Health Sciences was a recipient of a women's grant. Men are applicable too, men may apply, and it's wraparound services. So like child care or groceries or an electric bill, something like that, you could apply for that grant, and if awarded, you would receive up to $500 to help with offset your expenses.
Okay, fantastic. The program is 2 years.
Yes.
Once you graduate from the program, what do you have to do to be pushed into a hospital environment? Most of those hospitals have their own set of training.
Right, they do. But I will say our graduates are hired at 100%. Most of our graduates have a job when they start their 4th semester of nursing school, because our reputation of our program is phenomenal, and our graduates know what they're doing, and they're well trained and well versed once they get on that floor. But yes, then once you you graduate, you would take your national boards to be a registered nurse. RN, and then once you've done that, then you would begin your orientation at a facility, or actually before that, they'll orient you before you graduate. So,
Okay.
or excuse me, orient you before you pass boards.
And for those of us who might not understand how that works, I'm assuming different facilities have their own processes, so you have to become familiar with those processes. Is that why they do that?
Correct. Yeah, orientation, different charting systems. So it's like Ford and Chevrolet. Some hospitals may use a Ford type charting system, and some might use a Chevrolet type charting system just to break
Right.
it down. So yeah, they'll have to orient you to their charting system and the way they do things, and their mission, vision, and values vary from every healthcare facility. So.
All right. A lot of high school students are often interested in the traveling nurse setup. So
Yeah.
explain that.
Typically, you have to work a year as an RN before you can apply to be a traveler. And yes, you would need to be well versed. You would need to feel competent and confident in your skills before you go off to do all the work abroad. But I do encourage you, stay in our state. We need nurses so badly in the state of Mississippi. It's great to travel and see the world, but always come back and serve your home folk. It means a lot, and you get to take care of your neighbors and your friends, and we need that here in our state. Our nursing disparity right now is quite profound. So we do need you can travel for a little while, but then come back and take care of all of us.
Awesome. You're going to leave some information here at Horn Lake. How can the students, if they want to apply for Northwest today to do this program, what do they need to do?
They would need to go on the Northwest website, and they would need to go to programs, scroll down to health science programs. We have 9 health science programs: respiratory therapy, surgical technology, emergency medical technician, sorry, big word, paramedic, funeral service technology, physical therapy assistant, healthcare assistant, licensed practical nurse, and registered nurse. So those are the programs we have, and we would love you to apply to any and all of them, but that would be registered nurse is the one you would click on to apply for our program.
Northwest is loaded with programs for y'all to go be a part of.
Absolutely, we are. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all. And do your best to keep your grades up, keep focused, make good choices, and we hope to see you soon at Northwest.